A quick moment out of your time, our time here, to shout out my sponsor, Pant Hangers. If you want to go to a party and you want nice creases in your pants, make sure that you have pant hangers hanging up your pants before you go. You'll look much better and you'll make more friends. Welcome to segment 1, Insurance Brokerage LLC, the job of your dreams. So approximately last year in December, I was talking to a professional advisor of mine, someone I really look up to, about what I should be doing in the summer and everything, and he said that I should go get an internship at this awesome company. It went a little bit like this. Brad, you got to join Smitherson Insurance Company. They're awesome. They're one of the greatest companies in Kansas City. They have a high-rise on the plaza. They make millions of dollars. They're going to make you rich one day if you stick with them. It'll be the greatest internship you could possibly have. They help insure super awesome things like rock stars and big boats, and you would just really eat up everything you learned. I would like you much more than I do already. We would be best friends. All right, well, you don't necessarily have to quote me on that, but that's pretty much what he said. So I immediately hopped into the application process, filled it out, told them the best possible details about myself, and I got in the interview and I laid it on thick. I could have sold anything to anyone that day. I could have sold wood to a lumberjack, ice to an Eskimo, honey to a bee, you know what I mean? And I was on fire, so I left the interview feeling really confident, and then a couple weeks later, I got a call. Hey, Brad, would you like to work with us this summer? I said, absolutely. Called my mentor, and I said, hey, man, I got the job. Heck yeah. And he said, like, welcome to segment 2, Cuckoo Cuckoo, look at you. So as an intern, you walk in on your first day and you go to a beautiful orientation room that they've set up for you. And you get to know everybody. You all pretend that you're going to be the next CEO, so you're very professional and cordial and ask about what is your previous experience, where do you go to school, and you pretend to be best friends with all these new people that you meet, and it's all other interns usually. And then later on, people start getting called off into their departments of the insurance world. So first, Zach gets called to the accounting department because he's a dweeb freaking nerd.
Sydney gets called to the rock stars and party section. Patrick gets to go insure big boats.
Everyone got to go do something cool, it seemed like. Finally, they get to me. I am alone in this room. It's a dark dungeon with snakes crawling around and it's musty. No, that's not true, but I felt like that. I really did. So finally they call my name and they say, Brad, you're going to go to the employee benefits department. And I said, wow, this could not be more exciting. So as I got into the employee benefits department, I started asking around what I'd be doing and everything. And basically the answer was, what you're going to do is compare the Super Gold Ultra Premium Sent from Heaven package from the Blue Cross to the high deductible class from Aetna and see what is better for companies to offer their employees whilst sitting in a gray little prison cell that we call a cubicle. Wow, I could not have been more terrified about how bored I would be. And I spent all my days comparing different insurance programs in Excel, and it was really, honestly, super boring. I flashed back to my mentor telling me how riveting and exciting it would be, and I just think, dude, I'm not sure that you knew what you're talking about, but it's okay. Now you may be asking yourself, was Brad really that bored the whole time? What would he do for fun, maybe? Well, let me tell you, anything to escape my gray little prison cell. I would sometimes sit on my yoga ball, and for my spastic personality, it was absolutely necessary that I use the yoga ball 90% of the time so that I could bounce around side to side. Maybe sometimes when people walk by my cubicle, they might make a comment to me, and I would get to talk to someone, which I really enjoy doing. So that was option number 1, usually is just bouncing my ball. When I got tired of being a hamster bouncing on my ball, I would go make coffee, and then I would walk the long way around from the coffee pot, drink my coffee, and then I would go refill my coffee, and then I would walk a long way around, and then maybe stop at another intern's desk and see if they needed any help with anything, which was a faux offer because I knew that they would always say no. And if they did need help, I'd be like, oh no, man, I think something just came up. Anyways, as you can see, I really tried to avoid my cubicle which was my place of work, so it's not very good. You will see soon why I tried to avoid that cubicle. Wanted to let you know something I forgot to add in earlier. During the interview process and everything, they really advertised their Beer Fridays and their work hard, play hard attitude, which is super cliche, and it should have been foreshadowing, because once I was there, one evil thing that they did was cancel Beer Fridays for the summer, because I guess some previous interns had embarrassed themselves by drinking too much. This time, let's take a second to recognize one of the world's greatest sports, golf. Thank you, golf, for sponsoring this podcast or monologue, and just giving me a ton of money. Right, you've made it to segment 3. Thanks for taking this walk with me, and now you will see why I could not sit in a CUBE any longer. That was good. Okay, I just was one day sitting in my cubicle, as I did, and probably on my yoga ball. Might have been in my chair since I was in a down mood. I just imagined the building I was in as if I were a bird looking down. And I don't know why, I'm not generally doing things like that, but for that day, I was just imagining what I was doing. I looked down and I saw through all these 8 floors of insurance brokerage's employees. They're all lined up in their cubes. They are facing in directions that are just go straight into a computer wall. You can't see what the outside world at all. It's just, and I thought, what does this look like? It sort of looks like an ant farm. Like, all these people are just toiling away, and they're not progressing their own lives. I'm not progressing my own life. And I got just extremely upset and realized that I couldn't sit in a cubicle for much longer. And I started doing the numbers on what would happen if I got a job mowing yards in my neighborhood, just anything to get me out of that cube. I did all that stuff, I thought about it, wrote up all the numbers, and then finally decided this is probably not a good idea. My mentor would be very upset with me. I would probably be upset with myself later on, but I might be proud of myself too, I don't know. And my parents would probably be pretty disappointed in me, so I decided to stick with it, and I finished out the internship. Even though I decided to finish out the internship, I was able to understand that there's no way I would be able to spend my whole life in a cube. I just don't want to be in an ant farm, I guess. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I understand. I started thinking, what in the world can I do? There's a few options out there. One day, I can start my own business and get out in the world, meet people, and create just a benefit to society, because I sure don't want to be sitting in a cubicle, regretting my decisions, and pulling my hair out every day. This is the last segment. It's segment 4. I know you wanted some more, but I'm just here to say thank you for listening. Thank you for spending your time watching my video and my monologue, whatever this is, podcast. It's a digitally enhanced creative nonfiction is what it is. So thank you for taking the time to watch it. Let's go Bears.